Something like that. All right, we're back. Been about 2 years doing it for real this time. Gonna try to, at least. All right. There we go. All right. So we're starting off. What are we doing? Spread voiced 7th chords. So I'm gonna do a whole nother thing on like spread voicings and the theory and whatever behind them, but I'm gonna keep this one short. Try to keep most of these short from now on, I think, actually, and just go straight into the cool stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys how we do them. So they're all gonna be root position, spread voiced 7th chord things. We're gonna do it in F, so we can just start low and then just go straight up. Just work our way up. So we got the multi-angle going. We got that high budget. Okay, we basically have like 3 shapes we're dealing with. That's a lie. 4 shapes we're dealing with. We got our major 7th shape, minor 7, dominant 7, and then minor 7 flat 5. So we got our 4. So let's start off with the major one, and we'll just do them all in the same position just to get a feel for the shapes. Let's go to good neutral spot. Let's go to A, right here, 5th fret, low E. So we're gonna do A major first. All right, now basically for all these, you repeat the root on top. So you have your A on the low E. You want to bar with the index finger and grab the A on the high E also. So that's step number 1. Nice full sounding spread voice triad. Second part, this is the cool part. You're going to take the pinky, and you're going to put it on the 7th of the chord on the B string. This is the part that's the pain. It's a really big stretch, so be careful, take it easy. Make sure you're not hurting yourself doing these. Really stretch out beforehand. Make sure you're warmed up. So take the pinky, find the major 7. So the major 7 for this A major 7 is going to be correct. G sharp, right there on B on the 9th fret. And there it is. So that's your major 7 spread voice shape, basically. It's really cool because it really highlights that dissonance you get on the high strings between the major 7 and the root, so it's pretty sweet. So that's your major shape. It's always going to look like that. Now for the minor one, we want to flat the 3 and the 7. So take your middle finger off, just get rid of that. This one's kind of a pain because you get this huge bar. A lot of stuff to cover with the index finger, but hey, middle finger off. Don't even worry about that, not important. Then you take your pinky, flat the 7. Just bring it down 1. There you go. So we got our A minor 7 shape. Right there. So that's going to be our minor shape for every chord that's minor in the F major scale. So pretty sweet, really dark sounding. Next we're going to do dominant. So keep your pinky where it is. And now just add the 3rd back in. Add that major 3rd with the middle finger on the G up on the 6th fret. There's a dominant. Perfect. Okay. We got one more. This one's definitely the worst one. So it's the minor 7 flat 5. So we have the diminished triad underneath, basically. You got your root, your flat 5, and then your flat 3 on top. Like that. So just take your minor. Think about stuff you know. So take the minor one, which you already know, and then just take the 5, that middle note, just flat that guy. Boom. There's your diminished triad. Okay, and we want the flat 7 where it was before on the 8th fret. And again, the root on top, just like all the other ones. Just keep the pressure right there. Really lock down on that high string. Make sure all those notes are coming through. So there's your minor 7 flat 5 shape. Next step, after you get comfortable with those, try to put them into a scale, because what's the point if you only know how to do them in one position? So we're going to do it in F, like we're talking about. So we're going to start with F This is the worst one, probably, just because the stretch is nuts. So again, take it slow. Make sure you're not hurting yourself doing this one. So first fret, F major. Make sure you get the bar. Really make sure that pressure is down on that high E string. And then pinky is gonna hate this one, so it's gonna be 5th fret on the B string, getting that major 7 of F, which is E. Absolutely bananas, this one. But it's super sick. It sounds wicked cool. And a cool way to kind of separate the notes, I do a lot of hybrid picking, but you could finger pick, it doesn't matter, is to pick the major triad first, and then separate the 2 high notes. Hit the root and then the major 7th below it. You get this like really cool spooky melody on top. It's pretty cool. There it is. After you've properly destroyed your hand playing that one, move to G minor. So we got our minor triad. And again, we want to make sure we are barring the whole thing, using that ring finger for the 5th instead of the pinky like you'd probably use for the triad. And then we play our minor shape. And you can do the same thing, separate the triad. And then hit those 2 high strings. Pretty sweet. A minor, so just move the whole thing up 2 frets. Next one's going to be B flat major. Very cool. Next one's going to be C dominant. So this is the only time that dominant shape pops up, if you didn't know, on the 5 chord if you're thinking diatonically. So we have C7 basically for that one. Next one, D minor. Way up here on the 10th fret. And then this one's going to be obnoxious too. So this minor 7 flat 5 on E. Just really hold down. That index finger is your anchor point. So don't let that guy move. Just keep it right there. Try to get that as clean as possible. And then we're back on F at the 13th fret. Back to the coolest major 7 chord you've ever heard. So that's how that works. And then you just build chord progressions around all of that. So take your favorite chord progression ever, 1, 4, 5. So you're gonna go, you got your 1, 4, 5. Then just add the 7s to it. Now it becomes sort of a pain because you have to move a lot if you want to get that bleed between that 7th and the root, but it's kind of worth it because it sounds really cool. So you can take your 1, so, instead of just like your bar chord type of deal with F, to C, or C, B flat, C, back to F. Instead of that, just add that spread triad 7th chord over the whole thing. It's a cool way just to add a lot of depth to it, I suppose. But yeah, then you can just kind of do that for any progression you want. I think that's kind of it. So we're gonna have, yeah, there's more stuff coming up. I'm going to try to do a spread triad breakdown, so this makes more theoretical sense if you're into that kind of a thing. So I think we can wrap it up there. Until next time, and we are good. We're out of here.